Hi. Hi, YouTube. It's your girl, Almond Brown '09. What's going on? Let's see who jumps on. It's going to be another quick live, hopefully. Well, it's going to have to be because I'm waiting on my next client, but I figured I'd come sit in the car. Thanks for the thumbs up. Hi. Jump down out the clouds. Come on and say hi. I got a question to ask, honey. Is it a blessing or a curse? I'm going to wait till a few more people come. Well, you know I ain't gonna wait that long because I ain't got that long. I'm waiting on my next client. Hello, hello, hello. Come on out the clouds and speak. You don't like the video and I see you up there. Come on and speak. Come on and drop down out the clouds. How is the service? It seems like it's kind of choppy. Hi, I am an Almond Delight. That is so. I saw your name in somebody's chat the other day. I call y'all Almond Delights, so you came right on time. Hi. Y'all drop down out the clouds. Come speak. Come say hey. You know, I wanted to ask y'all a question. I just saw this story on the Shade Room, so I wanted to know how you guys felt about it. I'm doing good. I'm doing well. I'm waiting on my next client, so I came and sat in the car instead of sitting in my suite because I already done sanitized everything in there. So I just come sit out here, so I don't have to redo it by sitting in the chairs when they get here. But I have a question. So I saw this story on the Shade Room, and apparently, you know, the person that's in the news, you know who this is. I do? Who is? No, I don't. I am Delight, but I appreciate you for being an Almond Delight. You're going to get me sidetracked. Tell me who you are. If you don't want to put it in the chat, email me, almondbrown09@gmail.com. Yes, sis. Child. This is one of my sisters, child. I don't know, but I have a question. So I saw where apparently Tekashi 69 had said he was going to donate $200,000. Yes. He was going to donate $200,000 to it was a No Kid Hungry organization, and they got wind that he was going to donate $200,000 to the organization. It was a nonprofit organization, and listen, I got to turn this car on, honey. I'm about to get hot sitting here. This is Florida heat. Sorry, I tried to do it without the air on, but I don't do nature like that anyway. So let me let this one up because I'm getting a little heated. So he said he was going to donate the money, and then the organization got wind of it and said no, that they were not going to accept the money from him. You know, I guess because of his background. So do you guys think that it was right for this nonprofit organization who feed the hungry children to turn around and say that they did not want to accept money from him for these children? $200,000? And then it was another organization that found out that they declined his money, and they stepped in and said if he want to give the money, then they'll take the money. So I want to know if you guys think that it was a blessing or a curse, you know, for them to decline the money. That's $200,000 that was supposed to go to. It is no telling how many kids could have been fed with that $200,000, but because that organization said no. Clearly they said no because it was Tekashi 69 or whatever. I know he's not the most favorite person in the world. I can care less about him. I don't know, because I think it's wrong. It's not about him. It's about those babies. Shaking my head. That's what I said. That's what I said. And that's what a lot of people in the comments were saying, that it was not about the person, whoever made that decision to decline the money. Most of the times you don't know where your donations are coming from. So some people donate anonymously, but I think because he came out and vocalized it, that he said that he was going to give that organization $200,000, and I don't think that they wanted what could have been a backlash, but I think more people would have been thinking about the children at this point, being that it's so many hungry families out there, especially during this pandemic. So it was, you know, it was just going to help feed the homeless. It was not like, I don't get it. Hey, I'm like, hi. Yes, and that's Autism Mommy. She is the one that came up with the Almonds Delights. So y'all thank her for that name. But yeah, I think it was wrong for the organization to say no. So, but do you think that he's going to give the other organization that stepped up? Do you think he's going to give the money because he chose the first organization on his own? He chose to give it to that organization. You know, and somebody said, you know what, one man's trash is another man's treasure. I really believe that's what it is. You say no, you don't want the money, then hey, I'll take it. I'm not listening, especially when it comes down to feeding the hungry children and hungry families. It should not matter to me. Now, this is my opinion. You guys might feel different. It shouldn't matter where the money comes from. How he lives his life is how he lives his life, and it has no bearings on how I'm going to spend my money. That's just like us giving money. He can still give the donation anonymously. He sure can. And that's just like us giving money to the homeless people. So we see them on the side of the road, and in our minds, we're thinking, well, I'm not going to give him or her money because they're going to go spend it on beer or get drunk or get drugs with money or whatnot. Not all homeless people are on drugs. Not all homeless people, you know, are homeless because they want to be. Now, it's some people out here that really, you know, we've asked them, because my church will go out to a place, it's a homeless camp or whatnot, and you talk to some of those people out there, they are choosing to stay out there and be homeless because they're getting a lot of benefits from being homeless. Food stamps, you getting free shelter, because it's not, when I say a homeless camp, it's not outside, it's an actual building. It was a jail camp where they had like work release or whatever. It's an old camp, so it's a building. It has showers and everything, so they're getting to stay there for free. Some of them are choosing to stay there. They still have jobs. It might not be a job where they can fully pay for an apartment on their own, but nevertheless, it's a job, and they're there. So, like Tekashi wanted to give this organization $200,000 to feed the hungry kids and families, and them turning it away because of how he lives his life, I think that was very selfish. I really do think that that was selfish. So that's just, like I said, that's like us seeing how a homeless person lives their life and saying that we don't want to give to them because of how we may think that they live their life. No, whatever, if I give you money and you're homeless, whatever you do with that money, it has no, I can't do anything about it. I'm giving it to you in hopes that you're gonna go use it for food or whatever it is. But if you don't, it's not gonna make me no never mind. It's you in your right mind and your conscience have to say, okay, they gave me this to say, here, go get you something to eat, and then I turn around and go buy drugs or something like that. That's on you. That's not on the person that gave you the money. So for that organization to turn that money down, I think they're going to get a lot of backlash for even turning that money away, especially the people that normally go to organizations like that to get help, and knowing that it could have been more resources out there, because a lot of people, who's giving away $200,000 right now? Please tell me, because everybody pretty much is suffering from this pandemic. And granted, you know, the celebrities, they may have more money saved up in their bank account, but at the end of the day, a lot of those people are still getting hit hard because there are no, they can't do concerts. So that if that's where they're making their money from, they can't do concerts. I Am an Almond Delight says they'll have to answer to God for that when you do wrong with the help. Yeah, and you know, even the Bible says you might be entertaining angels unaware. So no matter how you think somebody lives their life, if God used a jackass to talk and tell this man, don't go that way, and stop, I'm for sure he can use Tekashi, put on his mind, regardless if you think it's for show or not, it was for the children. Okay, it was for the children. So he could have been using him to give that money to feed so many families. It's too many people around here going hungry for you to turn down $200,000 because of your ego or because of what you think that this man is doing with his life. That's not my business. The way he lived his life, unless it affects me directly, I mean, and I know the families of the people that he might have snitched on and this, that, the third and all that. I'm not even looking at that part of his life. I'm not looking at that. I'm not looking at that. I'm looking at the many families that could have been fed with all of this money, because it takes a lot, but at the same time, it doesn't take much. It doesn't take much. So even if somebody was to write a check for $1,000, a lot of families could be fed off of $1,000 when you're dealing with a nonprofit organization, because a lot of things that they get are donated to them. So they're not, it's not coming out of their pocket. If they would have had to go buy, I don't know, different things that organizations have to provide for people. A lot of times it's donated from everybody, so it wouldn't hurt them not one bit to take that money and use it to help those families and to feed the hungry kids. So yeah, it did something. It did something to me when I saw that organization declined his money because of who he is. So I guess if Beyonce would have gave the money, if Rihanna would have gave the money, if Garth Brooks would have gave the money, if Taylor Swift would have gave the money, then it would have been welcomed with open arms. They would have had a whole press release, honey. They would have had written ads, and child, they probably would have paid money out of their pocket to promote the fact that these other people who they feel live perfect lives, quote unquote perfect lives, they would have wrote up about that. But because this man, to everybody, he's problematic. I really don't give these celebrities, I don't give them too much, child, because they ain't paying my bills. My question is, where's your next blessing going to come from? This could have been a blessing upon blessings. Facts. Because like I said, during this time, a lot of people might not be donating to other organizations. Autism Mommy says, unfortunately, most rappers have a criminal background, but that doesn't stop most organizations from accepting donations. If you have a mugshot and you have a heart for giving, there shouldn't be an issue. Period. Period. I mean, I don't get why, that's like a church. And let's say this, that's like a church that's considered a nonprofit organization. A church said, no, we're not going to take the drug dealers' money because we know they out there dealing drugs. It said the wealth of the sinner is laid up for the just, okay? So if you consider what he's doing sinning, the wealth of the sinner is laid up for the just, okay? So in him giving, you consider him a sinner. In him giving, that's laid up for the just, the people that's over these organizations that are giving back to these unfortunate families. So if that was an organization that maybe they don't stand on biblical principles or whatever, hey Donna, if they don't stand on biblical principles, because everybody don't, and I understand that, but if they would have just read that scripture, that would have put all that to rest. He still could have donated. Reverend Otis on New Jack City took Nino Brown's money. Hey, and it worked. You know what I'm saying? And it worked. If, like I said, any good organization, any good church, it's not even about what the person is doing with their lifestyle. If they gave willingly, and God said he loves a cheerful giver. Tekashi went out his way and said he wanted to give $200,000. If you go out of your way to give with a heart, not even expecting nothing in return, but you go and you giving to anybody, to the people, to the church, or whatever, or whoever it is that you're giving it to, and you giving it willingly, even the Bible says, God, he reigns on the just as well as the unjust. So that means he reigns on the saved as well as the unsaved. How you think a lot of these people out here, now I don't want y'all thinking all the time that, honey, God the one giving y'all blessings when y'all living and seeing all the time. But if you out here willfully giving with a cheerful giver, and the Bible says the wealth of the sinner is laid up for the just, and God reigns on the just as well as the unjust, how y'all think some of these people still get what they get? I mean, come on. Really, come on. Y'all have to, I don't know, their organization, I really want to know who was over that organization that said no. Because if I was a family that really needed that money, $200,000, if I was a part of that organization, meaning I went there for help, and I know that at times you guys might say we don't have enough to give a certain family or give a number of families, and somebody wanted to donate out of the goodness of their heart, no matter where their money came from, and you said no, I'm blasting you. I'm sorry. I have something to say about that. I have something to say because you taking food out of my mouth. You taking food out of my children's mouth. You taking food out of my neighbor's mouth, my neighbor's children's mouth. These older people that don't have enough adequate enough income to even live and get the basic necessities of life, because the cost of living is going up. The cost of living is going up, and the wages are just creeping up. It is not, they're not going up fast enough for a lot of people to be able to live and just live comfortably. You don't have to even be living above your means, just to live comfortably. And I thank God for what He's done for me, because through this whole pandemic, I ain't want for nothing. And you know, it's just yeah, I got the stimulus money too, but I ain't touch it. It's there. It's just there. And I thank God that I'm able and have been able and would have been able. If I would have had to sit down for a certain amount of time, I would have been good and not necessarily surviving, but still been able to live the same way I was living before this pandemic. A lot of people I know are not fortunate enough for that, you know, but God gave me the mindset, baby, you need to save. Because in this business that I'm in, there is no 401ks unless I put into it, unless I build it myself. There's no putting into Social Security unless I do it for myself. In the beauty industry, there is no, you know, you have to set all this stuff up for yourself. If I was working for the government or working for the state or whoever it is, getting a W-2 form and doing all of that stuff, then yeah, I would be putting into all of that automatically, because they're going to take it out of my taxes. But because I am an independent contractor, you know, I'm self-employed, I'm my own boss, I have to put into that. You know, so just these organizations around here that do help the people that are less fortunate, that don't have it. And then you got people that want to give to these people, and they tell you, they turn around and say no. Some 401ks aren't even letting us touch our money. Then we're losing so much money. Really? I thought they had, well, I know you get penalized for pulling from your 401ks. I know that. So they're not even, during this time, they're not letting you pull. That's crazy. And I know some people, they have to pull from their 401ks. And one guy on my Instagram, he was saying he was going to have to pull all his money out of his 401k because he was getting drained. He was getting drained because his job out, apparently, he wasn't able to get paid during this time. But a lot of people, they still aren't able to go back to work, although they've opened up the world, sort of. You know, some of my clients still aren't able to go back. They work at restaurants, and a lot of those restaurants have laid people off because they're not at full capacity. They can't function under full capacity right now. They're only able to function at a 25% occupancy of the 25% of how many people are able to be in their building. They can only have 25%. So this is my thing. And then they still have to function under social distancing. So you want me to be 6 feet apart from the person that I came to have lunch or dinner with. And then it's only 25% people can of your available occupancy can be in here. So that means if people waiting outside, now I feel like I'm being rushed to eat my food inside of your restaurant because you're looking like, okay, are you done? Are you still going to sit there? We got people to feed. No, I don't want that, because who goes to a restaurant to eat their food and just turn around and get up? No, I need to sit down and let my food digest and stir around a little bit in my tummy before I get up. I tried to get a hardship loan. They told me that FEMA hasn't said they can move on this COVID. Wow, I've lost over $8,000 of my money within a week. Oh, Jesus. And when you do 401ks, you have 401ks and savings accounts and things of that nature. And that's why they say you have to have, or you should have, at least 3 to 6 months of savings if something like this was to happen. And I know a lot of us, we can't save like that because, like I said, the cost of living is high. So a lot of people are just living check to check. And so when it came down to something like this, and then they live in check to check, but they're not eligible for food stamps or government assistance in that aspect. But then when something like this happens, I feel like everybody should have been. Well, I think everybody may have been eligible for food assistance, honey. It's time for you to put your pride to the side. If you need food assistance, cash assistance, or whatever they was given, you got to go do it. My savings went towards 2 funeral sis. Wow, mom and granny. I am sorry to hear that. Yeah, I understand. I know who you are now. Hey, boo. Hey, boo, I know who you are now. Yes. So I really truly understand that. And it's like I really want to start this challenge, and this is how I save my money. And it sounds so elementary, but it worked. You know, and I did what's called a $5 challenge, and right now it might be a little bit hard, but during this time is a time where you should save the money. Try to save money. Even in your roughest time is when you should try to save money. Don't do it when you have an excess of money, because when you have an excess of money, to some people it's like, oh, well, I got it, I can go pinch off of it, I can do this, I can do that. But when you know you're saving up money for a purpose, you know what I'm saying, I feel like at that point, then it's easier for you to save money. But for other people, for me, because I don't have, well, I have now because I'm trying to save up to build me a house. But in the beginning, I didn't have a purpose necessarily to save money. So I was saving money to save money. You know what I'm saying? Just to say I have money sitting here just in case. So that's what I was doing. But now I'm saving money, you know, for my house or whatever. But it was easier for me to save money when I didn't have nothing to spend it on. So like my income tax money for the last 2 years, and I'm not bragging, not boasting or whatever, I'm making my boasting to the Lord, because he put this mindset in me. For the last 2 years, my income tax money, I've never had a reason. I never had stuff to go spend my income tax money on. So a lot of people say, when I go get my income tax money, I'm gonna go buy me a car. Well, what was wrong with the car that you bought 2 days before you got your income tax money? Nothing. What was wrong with the TV that you had 2 days before you got your income tax money? Nothing. So that money that you're using to buy all that, you could have saved. So what I did was the $5 challenge. And because I'm a stylist, it's a little easier for me to do this, but it's not impossible for those people that don't get paid cash. Every $5 bill that I got, I saved. For 3 months, I saved every $5 bill I had. So for 3 months, I saved $1,200 in just $5 bills. Just $5 bills. So that's not ones, that's not tens, not 20s. $1,200 I saved in just $5 bills. I took that money, put it to the side. I put it in a shoebox. And I'm giving y'all game. I put it in a shoebox. I ain't put it in no savings account. I hot glued my shoebox closed, and it had the little holes on the side of the shoebox. Y'all know I had little holes on the side of y'all shoebox. I rolled my money up and I put it in a hole. I didn't go looking in it. I didn't know how much money was in there. It didn't even matter to me. I didn't count my fives when I put it in there. I didn't do nothing. Every $5 bill. If I went to the grocery store, hey, Suki, oh, you have to email it to me, because you'll have to email me at almondbrown09. You have to email me because it's my real name, and I'm not gonna put that on here. So you have to email me, babe, almondbrown09@gmail.com. But for those 3 months, I rolled the money up and I put it in there. I opened the box up. I was shocked. But you know what made it more fun? What made it more fun for me is the fact that I was in a challenge with other people. So we just did it to see who could save the most money, and then whoever saved the most money, then the other people had to take that person out to eat. Simple. After that, what I started doing was paying myself every week. Now this is not included. I get paid anyways, but at the end of the week, outside of what I'm putting away or saving, so I'm saving all my fives. And at the time, what I was doing was I would pay myself no less than $50 a week, and that don't sound like much, but that's on top of fives. So sometimes I would be saving now. At times I've saved up to $300 in just fives for that 1 week. So I don't even see that money. Just like a lot of times what y'all do when y'all get y'all check and y'all look at that, look at y'all federal income taxes that y'all done paid in. Y'all looking at y'all Social Security and they done took out $500-$600 out y'all check. Y'all never saw that money. So that's the same way I looked at it. I don't see that money. I don't see the fives because I done rolled them up and I done put them in the box. So at the end of the week, at the time, I would pay myself no less than $50. And then if I count up some of the money, I'm like, no, I could pay myself more than that. You know what I'm saying? So then sometimes I might pay myself $150 to $200 a week, just paying myself. Now the other money that I have goes towards bills or go in my bank account or whatever. So it's a lot of different things that you guys can do to save money without feeling like you giving all your money and getting nothing in return. Because at the end of the day, when I opened up that shoebox that first time, and I was like $1,200 in just fives. Oh yeah. So I went to open up another bank account with the fives, and then the money that I saved on the weekly side, and I call that the weekly challenge. So in the shoebox, this I admit it's in the shoebox, it's a divider inside. So this side of the hole on the shoebox is that weekly side, and on this side is my $5 side. So those go into this a whole nother bank. I got two banks. I don't trust banks. I don't put my money in all in one place, honey. I ain't got all my money in the bank, and no, I don't trust them like that. So I got my money everywhere. But I got money in the shoebox. I had money in this separate bank. So when I went to open up just that savings account for that, no lie, I had almost $5,000. And that was just from me saving weekly and me saving up that the 3 months of that the $5. So my ex-boyfriend used to save all his pocket change. Me and him used to coin it up at the end of the year. I used to have, yeah. I mean, it's easy to do once you set your mind to it. Once you put your mind to it, it's easy to do. When you think about it in the beginning, it's just like, dang. You go to the store, let's say you bought something for $4.59. You had to give them a 20 because you had nothing else to give them. Because you can't spend no $5 bill now. It got to be whatever. You can't spend your fives. So you gave them a 20. What they going to give you back? They give you back $15.41. And 9 times out of 10, they're going to give you back 3 fives. All those $5 bills you have to save. I would ask for 5 fives back if they didn't. I want to break it up. Because I want to save. So like, I really want to do that. If y'all want to do a challenge or whatnot, and I know people might say, oh, it's hard to save money during these challenging times. I guarantee you now you're going to count your pennies. Because I saw how much, and I had in my apron, I had for where I went to go buy food at for lunch. I swear that week I might have spent $100 on just lunch. When I have food at the house, it's a microwave here. I could have bought TV dinners here. That's $1 at the grocery store, and I could have been saving money. So I was mad at myself for spending that much money on just eating out because I was too lazy to bring food to the salon and warm it up or whatnot. I would take the time to go give these people my money, and it was yeah, almost $20 every time I went. But like, I really want people, because I don't want nobody to be suffering during this time, although we're in the thick of it, you know, and they're starting to open up and let people go back. But I challenge y'all to start saving money. If this time right here does not teach you to save money, nothing else will. You're going to be hard-headed for the rest of your life. If this time right here, and you know what your mama always say, a hard head make a soft behind. And a lot of us landed on our soft behinds. I worked from home way before the pandemic. I saved gas and lunch. Listen, I used to have to fill up my truck once a week. I went 3 weeks without putting gas in my car. 3 weeks, and that's almost $40 every time I have to fill up. Almost $40 every time I have to fill up. So just imagine, I'm only spending $40 a month essentially, as opposed to spending $40 every 4 weeks. That's $160 a month just on gas, because I was going and going. Just, and I sit in my car a lot. I know y'all see me in my car a lot. I do sit in my car a lot, even when I go home, and my car is running. It's running now because it was hot, honey. Do you see the sun beaming? Okay. It's hot. It's hot, but it's coming right through the trees. But yeah, you want you another what? Camaro, girl. I know you talking about no Camaro. But yeah, like, I really challenge y'all to start saving money, even if it's change. If you have children, challenge them to save their money. And a lot of times, listen, and I truly believe this, God say, if you be faithful over few things, I will make you ruler over many. How many times have y'all walked over a penny or a dime in the parking lot and you just looked at it and kept going? Be honest. Come on now, I know y'all got that little hand up emoji. How many times have y'all walked over a penny or a dime in the parking lot and just kept going? You didn't even pick it up. Think about how many times you walked over that dime that could have been $1. Think about how many times you walked over a penny, a couple of pennies that somebody put out there. And I had a red and black one. I be looking so cute. You so stupid. She said, I pick it all up. You got to. You have to. Because he said, you be faithful over a few things. I make it ruler over many. How you want God to bless you with hundreds when you can't even pick up a dime that's on the ground? That's money. All that stuff add up. It all add up. Hallelujah. Anyhow, thanks so much for having this essential conversation, much needed at this time. You're welcome. My mama said it all adds up, and it does. All of it add up. All of it adds up. So now I want to challenge y'all. When y'all in the parking lot, and I do this anyways, I look down when I walk. And it's not that I'm okay, autism, mommy. It's not that I'm looking for money when I'm looking down. I don't want to trip. But hey, if you're not looking down, you might walk over that $20 bill that was meant for you. And then somebody come behind you and they pick it up. And then they come in right behind you. And what they do? Man, I found this $20 bill on the ground. And you like, where you walked at? And they don't walk right over the same place that you walked at, but you weren't looking down. So look down. But that's because I be lazy sometimes. Listen, you better bend that back. Bend that back and pick up that penny. Bend that back and pick up that dime, honey. I bet you if it was a quarter, you would have picked it up now. Them dimes, them nickels, and them pennies, all that stuff adds up. So I want y'all to start if you can. If you can. Y'all can let me know if y'all do it, if y'all don't. But I'm going to check on you. I'm going to come back. And I'm going to make a separate video for the challenge. If you can, just save $5. Just for every $5 bill. If you get paid, direct deposit, whatever the end of the denomination is. Let's say you got your check was $379. $79, you paying yourself. Pay yourself that $79 and put that away in your shoebox or whatever it is that you choose to put your money in. Hallelujah says, I always stop and pick up change because one man's junk is another man's treasure. Hello. I said that earlier in this live. It sure is. Your knees stop us in our tracks to pick up a penny, baby. Listen, she better, and y'all better not stop her. You better let her pick that penny up. Let her pick that penny up. But I want to challenge y'all to do a $5 challenge and then or a weekly pay yourself. Either or, because now is the time to start saving. So if your check $379, pay yourself $79. I call it pennies from heaven. Yes. Rain down on me. Let it fall on me. Rain down on me. Let it fall on me. Yes, honey, melodies from heaven, pennies from heaven, okay? But yeah, y'all do that. If not that y'all doing it for me, but this is for y'all self. And so if y'all never thought about how can I really save money, and if you only get direct deposit, if you can open up a separate checking account at your bank, you can go to them and ask them to transfer $5 or however much you want them to transfer into a savings account that you cannot touch. You cannot touch it because my bank account, my savings account at one of my banks is not attached to my checking account. So I would literally have to go into the bank in order for me to do anything with that savings account. I have no checking card for it. I can't go to no ATM machine for it or anything. That savings account is strictly to save. And so even with that one, I have them pull out $25 a month from my checking account to that savings account. So that's not even what I might put into it myself, because I have to literally go into the bank in order to put money into that specific bank checking savings account. So if you can have them move $5 a week, $5 a day, $5 a whatever, however y'all want to do it, you can do that. So at each pay period for my friend, what she would do, because she got paid direct deposit, she would do what I just said, have them transfer $5, $10, $15, whatever it is, over into that checking account that she can't even touch. She can't touch it. So that'll help, and that's been helping her save money. And you know, when she did that, she had to go into the bank in order to pull that money out. And guess what? Her tire blew out. And guess what? The money that she pulled was from a savings account. So she wasn't even counting that money. So that never came out of her bill money. That never came out of money that she had to use to pay for her kids after school care or anything like that. That was just money saved up. So just imagine if she didn't have that money in a separate savings account, that money would have been coming from her rent money. It would have been coming from her every month bill money. But because we started this challenge and we started it together, so yeah, Like I really want y'all to do that. Everybody to be financially sound, because it sucks having to just survive. I've been there. I've not always been in this position that I'm in, but because I decided to take hold of my credit score and my savings account. I look at my savings account, I'm like, dang, I've never had X, Y, and Z all at one time. You know how much you look at, when you're doing your taxes, how much you made for that year, and you looking like, well, golly, where that money went at? Because you don't have nothing to show for it. There's nothing to show for it, because all we do is wake up, go to work, pay bills, go back to sleep. What are you doing, or what are you gonna do? Just don't wake up just to go to work. Like, God did not put us here just to go to work and that's it. You have to enjoy your life. You have to enjoy life. So that's what I'm doing, baby. I'm trying to get me a house built. I'm trying to take my kids places, because my son could not go to Washington, D.C. with the safety patrols this year. Next year, we're going to take him and maybe two of the other safety patrol parents. I don't know if they're going to do it, but I know I talked to two of them. And we're going to take the kids to the African American Museum. My client just pulled up. But we're going to take them to the African American Museum for spring break next year, since we couldn't take them to Washington, D.C. this year because they had to cancel the safety patrol trip. We're going to take them ourselves. So guess what? I'm going to have money saved up. But the money that they gave me back for paying for this trip, ooh, I was upset. I'm like, y'all could keep the money if my baby can just go. Because I was a chaperone. I was so excited. Listen, I was more happy than he was. I cried when they told me that they were gonna cancel that doggone trip. I cried because my baby worked hard for that safety patrol trip. And I work hard for it too. Okay, don't judge me, but I was more excited about going than he was. When I told him they canceled the trip, he was just like, oh, okay. I was just like, oh, okay. But yeah, y'all child, my client here, you know what I'm saying? If y'all want to finish this conversation about saving and everything, y'all want me to make a separate video, what they tell you to do, put one in the chat. Let me see what y'all want to talk about. Because I do want to make a separate video for this, because I said I was going to do the credit thing, and then I don't know everything, but I can give y'all resources for y'all to go look. You ain't got nothing but time, especially if you're at home. You don't have nothing but time to work on your credit. And I know y'all parents told, just like they told me, Hallelujah says I have $150 transfer every week and $30 into my Cash App. Hello, somebody. Hello. But yeah, I told, child, what did I say? What was I saying? Lord, you had to throw me off with that one, child. But yeah, the whole credit thing, you don't have nothing but time. And you know your parents always used to tell you, never get a credit card. They just gonna ruin your credit. Don't get no credit card. Now you get older and they looking at you like, you ain't got no credit? Your credit that low? And they talking about bad credit is just as, well, no credit is just as bad as bad credit. So don't let nobody tell you that you don't need credit. Now, even people with a lot of money, because my daddy, child, he could have went and walked somewhere and just gave them cash, but no, he has perfect credit, because they want to give you the money. When you got perfect credit and you get a good interest rate, okay, no sense you around here paying 23.99% interest when you could be paying a 14% or 9% or something. No, it's time to take your life back, okay? Take it back. But I'm gonna go. My client just pulled up. Y'all let me know if somebody take the link. I am Almond Delight. Get this link, please. And I am an Almond Delight. If you still here, text me the link to this live now. I'm not gonna text me the link to this live so I can put it on my community wall, because y'all know YouTube with these live videos, they're not posting them right away. So I don't even know if the live that I did this morning is on here. So please take this link and text it to me, email it to me or whatnot, and so I can post it on my community wall. Because child, YouTube might post this thing later on tonight. I don't know. It's also vitally important to your credit to get your credit history cleared up. Yes, it is. It really is. And I learned that. I really did. But I'll be transparent when I do the credit thing. I'll show you guys what my credit score is. That ain't no secret. Child, listen. To me, it's not a secret. If I'm trying to help you, I'm trying to help you. And in order for me to be able to help you, I have to do it. I have to show you where I came from as much as I can and where I am now and the things that I did, and I didn't pay nobody for it. Now, if you don't have the time, I know somebody, she's legit, and you can pay for her to do it. You just pay her, and child, listen, she's amazing. But yes, I'm enjoying this chat. It's really helpful and needed. Thanks. You're welcome, Autism Mommy. Thank you, everybody that came and joined us in this chat today. I will do another video about another the challenge or whatever, just to put it out there so everybody can see the video for the ones that might not make it all the way to the end, which I hope you would. If you're watching me, you know, why wouldn't you watch all the way to the end? I'm not boring, am I? But anyways, I'm going to get out this car so I can go start on my client so I can go home because a sister is tired, okay? I might go live later on tonight. Y'all know how I do. I be real sporadic. But I love you guys with the love of God. And I be looking crazy, child, when I'm trying to end this live because I'm just sitting here waiting. Yes, for the chocolate in the sun. Yes, I'm an almond delight. I just love y'all to life. Y'all don't understand. I really do love coming here talking to y'all. But I appreciate y'all for listening to Little Old Me. If you missed the video, you came in the middle, go back to the beginning because I did ask a question. I wanted you guys to give me your input or your feedback on what you would do or how you felt about a nonprofit organization denying $200,000 in a donation from Tekashi because of how he lives. Tekashi 6ix9ine. So I love you guys with the love of God. The best in credit card is to jumpstart your credit is the Amex. Come through, Amex. I ain't there yet, but I gotta discover. I love y'all. I'll talk to y'all later. And there's nothing you can do about it. Peace.